You can't see me. Can you see me now? Hello, my name is Tomato Basil Girl. This is my channel where I talk about books and media. I feel cute right now, so yay. So I thought I could do a now next maybe. I actually have quite a few books to talk about because I have multiple books I'm reading at once, and then I have a couple books I plan to read in the future. I'm going to talk about my most recent 2 books I just read. But yeah, I haven't talked about books in a minute, and I have been reading, so let's get into it. So, the book I finished, not last, but the one I finished second, like, before the one I just finished, you know what I'm saying, is, the 4th book in the Sisterhood Traveling Pants series. I made a goal. Me and my dog are matching. No, please do not do that. He's being bad. Kobe! We're matching. Look, I put us in these cute little outfits, and now he's misbehaving. Oh, my baby. Oh, my baby. I made a promise to myself this year that I would get back into reading, and my goal was to read 25 books. My dog is insane. My new goal is to read 100 because I'm already at 70 something, like over 75, close to 80. But my 3 goals were to read the complete Sisterhood of Traveling Pants series, read the Twilight Saga. Oh, yeah, let me go grab that. Kobe, can you please? Okay. Kobe! Seriously, stop. You're embarrassing me. Did you rip it? No. Okay, I'll take it off. I'll take it off. You clearly can't handle it on, so it's getting removed. Okay. Anyways. To read the Sisterhood of Traveling Pants series, the Twilight Saga, and all of Rainbow Rowell's books, which at the time was my favorite author. I don't really have a favorite author anymore. She's definitely, I still like her a lot. I just don't know if I would say like she's my all-time favorite author. However, if I were to be written by anyone, it would be her. Like, she understands me. I have done really good at the Sisterhood of Traveling Pants. I have 1 book left. I have Sisterhood Everlasting, which I'll talk about in a little bit because that's one of the books I'm going to be starting, like, probably tomorrow. And I've done okay in the Twilight Saga. I've read Twilight, which was a reread, New Moon, which was my 3rd time reading New Moon, and then I read Life and Death, which was my 1st time reading it, and I despised it. Twilight, I'm not usually a hate reader. Twilight's a hate read. The Twilight Saga is a hate read. I used to love it, and now that my like brain is more developed, now that I'm 19 instead of 17, which like it's not much more developed, I'll be completely honest. But now that my brain is a bit more developed, I hate it. And then Rainbow Rowell, I haven't done a good job on. I have read a lot of her books already though, but the only one I really read for the first time this year was Slow Dance. I'm supposed to be reading the Simon Snow trilogy. I'm so scared to read it because I don't think I'm going to be disappointed, but I love the first book. I've read it twice. And my mom was like, why are you starting the book? Like, why are you rereading the first book and not continuing the series? And I was like, Mom, leave me alone. Like, I'm allowed to do what I want. Oh my god, you completely destroyed. Okay, well, but kind of doing bad on that front. But 25 books, Sisterhood Traveling Pants series, Twilight Saga, Rainbow Rowell's entire backlog. Done okay, can be doing better. The goal was to finish the Sisterhood Traveling Pants by September because they're the Septembers. I'm probably going to finish it by the end of next week. And then the goal for Twilight is to finish it in October because spooky season, and I'm going to finish it with Midnight Sun. So I am going to read Eclipse, then Short Second Life of Bree Tanner, then Breaking Dawn. I'm going to physically read Short Second Life of Bree Tanner just because I have it physically and it's like 100 pages, so that seems relatively easy. And then Breaking Dawn, then Midnight Sun. I'm dreading Midnight Sun because I despise Edward Cullen with every piece of me. I have no plan for when I'm going to read All of Rumor Rule. I'm going to, hopefully. There's only a couple books I haven't read. We don't have time to discuss all that. I am also doing 75 books. I actually read every single day. So this challenge was I thought about doing it for a long time, and it was kind of pointless because I listened to an audiobook every single day. I listened to multiple hours of an audiobook every single day. I do listen on 2x speed. I feel vindicated for listening stuff on 2x speed because I saw a video of a book talker be like, if I were to finish this book, if I were to listen to this book at the speed of which I read it physically, I would have to listen to it on 3 times 0.6 speed. I cannot read that fast, but I do feel vindicated that I could probably read faster than an audiobook, just a regular audiobook. So I'm not gonna feel guilty about listening to it on speed. You can't make me feel guilty about it. I'm rebuking that evil energy. But I'm doing it mainly to read physically. I just want to read more physically. I don't read physically a lot. I don't really do it. So I'm trying to do that more. So at least one of my sessions has to be physically, unless I did a lot of audiobooks. I finished a book today and I listened to 2 hours of it. So I'm okay, I don't have to read physically today. But every other day, unless I do something similar, I want to be reading physically. So Girl in Pants. I have such complicated feelings about this series. And this book specifically, I'm trying to remember everything that happened. It's been a second. Okay. Lena was my favorite plot point. If you don't know, these books are split into 4 POVs between each girl: Lena, Bridget, Carmen, and Tibby. Tibby is usually my favorite. I love Tibby. Stop. You're so weird. I love Tibby. She's my favorite. But Lena was really, 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 really fun in this. Really enjoyed her in this. I loved her and Leo. I know they don't end up together. It makes me very sad. I thought he was so cute. I have such a crush on him. And I had a crush on him since I read the book when I was a child. Oh, this is not Forever in Blue. This is the 3rd book. Okay, well... That's embarrassing. I read Forever in Blue. I read the 4th book. Anyways. Yeah. Okay. It was a good book. It was a good book. I think my favorite in the book, in the group overall, is the 2nd book. But I can't pick between the 4th and the 1st book for 2nd place. I liked both a lot for separate. Honestly, probably the 1st book, actually. The 4th book, and then the 3rd book's my least favorite. I didn't care for the 3rd book. It was whatever. Then I read Three Willows, which is a spin-off of The Sisterhood Traveling Pants, about 3 completely separate characters. We do get to see some of the characters from Sisterhood in Three Willows, but it's very brief. It's a very brief cameo. They don't even speak to the characters most of the time. Can you stop? You're making me so mad. Three Willows was interesting. Our 3 main characters are Amma, Jo, and Polly. Amma was really fun, except she did call a girl twice the SLUT word, and I did not appreciate that, because that's against my moral compass, to call another woman that. I thought that was really disrespectful, but otherwise she's really fun. She's from Ghana, she's really fun. I thought it was cool that, like, hearing about her in Ghana. I liked her character. I thought she was really sweet and smart and funny. And her whole thing she's going on is, like, the wilderness journey for, like, extra credit for school. And she's, like, hates it and she despises it. And I was like, girl, as somebody who did Girl Scouts for years, I completely understand where you're coming from. So did enjoy her quite a bit. And then Jo was my least favorite. She was really annoying. To be fair, I think they're 14. So I think every 14-year-old is extremely annoying because I was extremely annoying at 14, and I feel like it's your rite of passage to be annoying at 14. I think kids are annoying, but separately from people who hate kids, I think kids are allowed to be annoying. I think that's kind of their job. It's like, yeah, they're going to be like kind of self-centered and selfish and say ignorant things because they're children, and that's like what they're supposed to do. That's like what their job is. Like in life, their job is to like be self-centered and kind of evil a little bit and kind of mischievous. Like they're kind of like wild spirits of the forest. Like they are a little mischievous, but ultimately they have good hearts. That's how I feel about children. So that's how I felt about Jo, except I also didn't like that she had a 3-year age gap with her little boo thing, and one of the girls in these stories always has a boo thing for some reason. I can't escape romance. I'm on a romance ban, not because I hate it, not because I think it's a bad genre, just because I'm sick and tired of hearing about it. And so she had a little boo thing, except he was 3 years older than her. Controversial opinion, a 17-year-old has nothing to do with a 14-year-old, and they should not be involved romantically in any which way. That is weird. Also, Effie was in it, which is Lena's little sister. Effie was a part of it. And I really hate how this author writes Effie. I think Effie has so much potential, and she just constantly, like, degrades Effie and, like, makes her, like, really stupid and, like, I don't know, I don't like it. And, like, Effie's a mean girl. Also, Effie, why are you as a 17-year-old beefing with a 14-year-old over a man? That's insane. So, that's how I felt about that. And then Polly was really cute. Polly was really sweet. Her thing was that she wanted to be a model. And her mom is an alcoholic, which, like, this definitely was, like, the darkest book I think the Sisterhood series has ever, like, made. Like, I think it was really dark. Like, Polly, like, Jo also, her other big thing is that her parents were getting a divorce because her brother died. And so, like, her parents couldn't handle that, and so they're getting a divorce. You know, fair enough. Fair enough. But I was like, okay, so Jo has the messed up life. Jo's the Bridget of the group. And then Polly, like, her mom, like, every time we talked about, she also called her mom by her first name. I find that so weird when children call their parent by their first name. I find it, unless they're adopted or, like, foster kids, I'm like, that makes more sense. Like, obviously, if they're comfortable calling the parent mom or dad, then that's fine. Like, pop off. But I think it's, like, weird when you call your biological parent by their first name. I'm like, what's going on here? And every time Polly's mom was, like, in the picture, she was drinking something. And so at the end, it ends with Polly's mom going to rehab. I was like, what is happening? Like, that's sad. Like, that's just really sad. Like, I don't know. Like, it just made me really upset. I was like, that's kind of heartbreaking that your only parent is so addicted to alcohol they have to go to rehab and leave you behind for like 28 days. That's sad. So that kind of messed me up a little bit in the head. I think if I would have read that as a child, I would have been... When I first read Eleanor and Park by Rainbow Rowell, I wasn't able to comprehend it, like, fully. I wasn't able to, like, fully digest what I just read, so I just kind of kept it buried within my soul until I reread it as an adult, and I was like, oh my god, this is so sad. And now I'm reading something as dark as... I don't know if it's as dark as Eleanor and Park. Eleanor and Park is pretty messed up. but it definitely has dark themes as an adult. I have so much empathy for children. I don't know, it's just a thing I think that happens as you grow up, is that you just get empathy for people that are younger than you because you remember how hard it was to be that way. And so I have a lot of empathy for these children, and I feel very bad for them. I feel very bad for Polly. Like, I don't know, like, usually these books are, like, fun, and, like, the girls are doing crazy things, but this book, I was just like, that's really sad. Like, it's really sad that her only parent is an alcoholic. That sucks. I'm not crying. I'm itching my eye. That's really upsetting. I don't know how to explain it further. It just really upset me. And I'm not saying, like, I am of the belief that, like, an author can, or, like, an artist can, like, write about something upsetting, or, like, create something upsetting. That doesn't mean they, like, stand by the upsetting thing, and that also doesn't mean that, like, they agree with it, and it also doesn't mean, like, it also, like, you can write about something upsetting and that because it's fictional, and it's okay to write about upsetting fictional things because it's fictional. I do think there's a line to that, and I think because I have autism, I really struggle with that line where I'm like, some things a fictional character will do something, I'm like, no, I hate them. I despise them, and I'm like, okay, it's fictional though, but I'm like, no, I hate them. So it's not that, like, this topic shouldn't be written about, and, like, because it is very true that there are 14-year-olds who have a single parent who's struggling with alcoholism. But it also was just really sad. This was just kind of a sad book. That's how I feel about that. Anyways, time for my current reads. My two current reads are Hood Feminism and Batman / Catwoman, The Gotham War. So, these are two very different pieces of literature, but both very important to me. I wanted to read more articles. I've been reading articles on abortion, and I've been wanting to look into stuff about feminism, so I found this book at the library bookstore for $2, copped it immediately, so excited. Really do love it, really am enjoying it. It's very digestible for being nonfiction. I feel like people are really intimidated by nonfiction because they assume it's, like, not digestible, and I do think there definitely is nonfiction that's not digestible, just like how there's fiction that's not very digestible. But this is very digestible. Like, I can comprehend it very well. There's no words that confuse me. It's a very good book. I enjoy it a lot. It also, just makes me, like, think, like, it's constantly talking about, like, this thing that we ignore is a feminist issue, like classism, gun violence, eating disorders, like, those are all feminist issues. And I'm like, I think everything's a feminist issue, low-key. Like, I think, like, there's a lot of stuff that, like, links back to feminism, just because feminism is part of womanhood, and womanhood is part of being a human, and, like, all these issues are human issues, and feminism is a human issue. That is, like, a very half-baked thing. I'm, like, maybe it's really obvious to other people, but to me it's like, oh my god, like, everything is a feminist issue. And I really do feel that way. So I am really enjoying it. I am annotating it, which I love annotating. I don't do, like, the sticky notes, or, like, the tabs. I would like to, I just don't have money to buy any, and it's also, like, one of those things where, like, if I get money, I'm not going to buy tabs. So I just have a marker and I'm highlighting. Sometimes I'll underline, sometimes I'll highlight. I try to match with the book, so this time I'm doing an orange marker, because if you can see, there's some orange on the book. I couldn't find that, like, purple color. I would have done that, because that would have been really pretty. But, yeah, it's a really good book. I want to read more about feminism. I would like to read more nonfiction. I don't think it's something I could read a lot of. I do think it's something I would prefer to read physically than over audiobooks, which is strange because usually I am an audiobook girl. I love an audiobook, but I do think this is something I could really like. I really like reading physically. I feel like I also retain it better, which I do retain my audiobooks really good. I do like comprehend my audiobooks really good. But I feel like with nonfiction, it would be better to like highlight the pages and stuff. And my library bookstore has a pretty good nonfiction selection, so I think I'm gonna go back and maybe pick up something else. I also wouldn't mind doing some ebooks of nonfiction. I actually have an ebook right now that's specifically about abortion, why did I say it like that? Abortion, which I am like currently researching. I'm very pro-choice. I want to get more educated. So I want to read that as well, but I don't know if I want to do a nonfiction back to back. But yes, I'm reading that, enjoying that. This is a comic I was so excited to read. Look at the back. She's scratching the shit out of him. Iconic. I'm excited to read it because it has like all the Robins, like every single Robin ever, and I'm so excited about that. I was most excited over Jason Todd. And Jason Todd has been introduced, and I was really, really grateful over that. Also, I just love Catwoman. I got this book looking specifically for Catwoman stuff. I like ordered this online from the library. Like I put a hold out for it. And oh my God, look at Jason! Look at Catwoman! So I ordered it online. I'm really enjoying it so far. I am a big comic book reader. I really do love reading comics, but it's sometimes hard to connect to the comics because they're so male-centered, so it's nice to see one with a female protagonist. Okay, for my next couple of audiobooks, I'm going to finish the Sisterhood of Traveling Pants series. I've listened to the entire Sisterhood series. I've actually read the first 4 books before. I like read 3 of them twice. The first 3 twice, and then I read the 4th one once. So I've read them before, but I'm listening to them now, so I'm going to listen to the Sisterhood of Everlasting. I do know a big spoiler for that. One of the characters goes into another realm, is no longer on this plane of existence, dies. So I'm not excited for that, and it may be my favorite character. So that sucks. But I'm going to listen to that, and then after that, I'm going to listen to Eclipse. This is my special edition Eclipse, so it's a hard copy, but it has the, like, thing on it. I really do love it. I got this from the library bookstore as well. But I'm excited to read this, kind of, maybe, I don't know. I just feel like I have to because I told myself I was going to read the Twilight Saga, so I'm actually not excited at all. I hate Eclipse. I hate Eclipse. I hate Breaking Dawn. I hate Midnight Sun. I hate it all. I hate Twilight. I actually like New Moon quite a bit. And you know why? Because there's no Edward Cullen. So for my next physical, I have a book on hold from the library. It's going to be my first time reading a library book, like physically. Very excited. But in the meantime, this is not the book I'm going to be reading. I'm going to read the second book. This is part of the Avatar Chronicles, which is about Avatar: The Last Airbender, the previous Avatars. And each Avatar, I believe, has 2 books. So I'm going to read the second book in Kyoshi's story. And then for the book I have been non-stop thinking about, I am so excited to read this book. It is The Hex Girls, A Rogue Thorn. I saw a book talker read this for like one of her marathons, and I was like, there's a Hex Girl book? There's a Hex Girl book? I love Scooby-Doo. I devour all the Scooby-Doo movies. I absolutely love them. I absolutely adore them. I adore Scooby-Doo. So when I found out there was a book about the Hex Girls, I knew I needed to read it, and I'm obsessed with this book. I'm waiting behind one person. They need to hurry up. They need to hurry up. Please give me the book. Please give me the book. Please. Because I am so unbelievably excited to read this. I wish I could have listened to an audiobook. I feel like that would have been such a fun audiobook. But it's okay either way. I think it'll also be a really fun physical read. I am so excited to read this book. I am so excited to just devour it. I can't wait. I'm thinking about it literally non-stop. I'm constantly thinking about this book. I just put it on hold today. I scoured Libby, Hoopla, Cloud Library, my local library. Then I found it through my other library that I have a card to, and I'm so excited. So that is everything. That's my now next. Last now next. That's what it is. Last now next. But yeah, that's everything. Bye.